Welcome to 5 Minutes with Grey Hair Dave. He has grey hair, he has a grey beard, he wears glasses like the guy in the artwork. Oh, and the guy in the artwork is better looking. Now here is Grey Hair Dave.
Well, folks, what did you think of that introduction from 11 Labs? 11labs.io, they are the ones who do my intro every week. I hope you enjoy it. I like going in there and playing with it and adding new words or different voices just to see what's available. And there's so many things that I don't use with 11 Labs. It's a artificial intelligence, folks. It's nothing to be afraid of. Go try it. It's a lot of fun. Also, I have to let you know this. I am an affiliate of 11labs.io, so if you use my link in the show notes, I'll get paid a little bit. Maybe if one or two of you decide to use it, I will get mine for free. Who knows? But if you're doing these kinds of things, this is a lot of fun. So what else is going on? There's been a lot of activities going on in the world, which are very, very disheartening. And last night, I don't know what to call this guy. There's a gentleman who drove from Las Vegas to New York City, went into the same building that houses the NFL corporate offices, and shot 4 people, including a cop, dead. I mean, first of all, I don't understand what possesses people to do that. That boggles my mind. Something got to be wackadoodle up in the brain. I think we can all agree to that, can't we? I don't know what else to say about that. It saddens me. It just saddens me. There's been a lot going on in the last few weeks. And it's all over the world. All over the world. And I don't know what to think about it anymore. I know that I'm not as involved in world politics, or involved is the wrong word. Let's go with, I am not as up to date about world politics as I used to be. Because I did care. I did care. But all this dumbass stuff that's going on, excuse my language, I just don't know what to think. And I know that you, my listeners, my loyal listeners, probably are agreeing with me. I don't know what to think of this either. It's just something weird. Let me get off of that. Let me change the subject. Let's get on to something fun. Well, I don't know if I'd call it fun anymore. I mean, I live in Central Florida, and the whole eastern United States has been in a heat wave. In fact, most of the eastern half of the United States has been in a heat wave for a couple of weeks. But our feel-like temperature last night around 5, I think, was 110. You get much more. You can, if you went outside yesterday afternoon and dropped an egg, it would fry. If you dropped it on the cement, it would fry. It's just that hot down here, and there's been no breeze hardly at all. We did have a thunderstorm come through last afternoon. There you go, Dave. Yesterday afternoon. I'm going to leave that in because I think it's funny for you guys to hear my mistakes. Not all of them. But it came through and it did cool it down a tad bit. But not a whole lot, not enough to make a big, huge difference. And it's just, other than that, that was about the only time during the day that there was any breeze even. Even if there was a breeze coming in, you'd feel or hear something. But no, that didn't happen. It's just been that way. And I feel for all those construction workers or anybody. I have many, 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 many friends who work outside at Disney, parking in the parks. My friends over at the Skyliner, they're outside all day long. Now, granted, at least for the majority of the time, they are covered. There is a roof structure over the top of them, but still, my goodness, I mean, it's still 95, 96 actual degrees. I think yesterday it got to 90, 98. I don't know. I got in my car to go to the grocery store, and it had cooled the car down after I drove with the air conditioner on for a while. And when I came back out to get in it to go back home, the thermostat on my car still said it was 102. It's like, it's just, it's weird. I don't know what's going on with the weather lately, but I'm not a weather forecaster. I am also not the guy who creates all this stuff. So there's a reason. I'm sure there's a reason for everything. So I'm sure he has a plan. Um, and I'm sure he'd like to tell you about it if you let him. So what else is going on? Let me change subjects here. Around the house, well, not much. Still working light duty. I'm still plugging away at that. Going to physical therapy, letting them beat the living cajeebers out of me. And I can't say they do that very badly anymore. I can't say they do it extremely very badly. That didn't even sound right. I can't say that they're beating me up too much anymore. How about that? Okay, it's you guys don't need to hear all my thinking on this, but that's basically where I'm coming at it from. So they push me harder each time to help me improve. Which, let's be honest, that's what physical therapy is all about, isn't it? To help get you back to normal. I am not a believer in no pain, no gain, but there are days I come home from that and go, oh, I hope I feel better for that. But when the therapist tells you you're going to feel that tonight, I almost always do. So, I believe them. They know what they're talking about. They've gone through schooling for that. They've done all their due diligence, and they've learned. And I haven't. That's not my job. That's theirs. And I'm glad they're there. And for those of you who are listening, you are some of the best physical therapists I've ever been to. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next subject. We're going to talk a little bit about Gray Hair Dave and what's next for Gray Hair Dave. I don't want to get too deep in the woods here, but I'm looking for that kick in the behind, and I think I got it yesterday about 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, that would have been today. So I think somebody upstairs woke me up and said, think about this. Does that ever happen to you? Think about this. Or something will pop into your head and you can't get back to sleep. Well, that was me until about 3 o'clock this morning. So I'm over writing things down about what I want to do. And then I stood up and I paced for a little bit, and then I went back to bed. Finally, and then I turned the computer back on, which I should never do at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I did. And I looked up a couple of things, and I'm ready to get started at it. And we're going to tell you about that in the future episodes in the coming weeks, what's going to happen. And it has to do with something I've talked about before, but it's focus. I have got to learn to focus better. And the reason I say that is because I have all these great ideas, and then all of a sudden I have shiny object syndrome. Oh, look over here. Oh, look over there. I'm like the squirrel who all of a sudden sees a nut over here, a nut over there, a nut over there. Yeah, I'm just. I had like a pinball some days. So I've decided to use John Lee Dumas's theory on this. Finish one thing first. Right? Now that doesn't mean 3 or 4 things can't be done at the same time, but get one done, get it out, get moving on it. And I got a new strategy for, it's not a strategy. It's a new idea for me for getting things out into social media, and I'm hoping you look forward to it. We're going to do a little bit of videos on it. We're going to put them on on YouTube. We're going to put them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever we can. Just short little videos about what's coming up, what's going on, and what's happening in the podcasting industry that I see. And I listen to a lot of podcasts on podcasting, folks. And there's a lot going on. And that you should have fun with it and learn with it. I want you to do that. I really, really do. I want you to learn and have fun with podcasting. So if that's something you're interested in doing, is podcasting, get a hold of me over at grayhairproductions.com. You can go there and you can use the contact me page and send me a note that is something you're interested in. I'd be happy to help you get started. You can also contact me at 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. That's right. The number 5minuteswithgrayhairdave.com. Leave me a message on either the contact me page or go through the little microphone on the bottom right hand corner. You have to leave me your email address on either one, but I've told you this before. I'm keeping them. I'm not selling your email addresses. I don't want to do that. I don't have enough email addresses to sell, let's be honest with it. But I'm selfish. You are my listeners. If you want to learn about other things, ask me and I'll tell you. But yeah, ask me and I'll tell you. Ask me, I'll tell you. Yes, I'm going to tell you if you ask me. But you got to leave me a message to let me know. Also, folks, my little buddy had some jokes for me, and I have forgotten them. Wanted me to put them on the podcast, and I am sorry, my friend, but I have forgotten them. So leave me a voicemail with what they were again, and I'll get them into next week's show. Because they were pretty decent, you know? They really were. So, again, folks, don't forget Boomer Podcasters. Listen to that podcast if you're interested in it. If you're interested in podcasting, that's the start for you. If you know somebody who doesn't know what a podcast is, doesn't know where to find one, doesn't know what genres are available or anything like that, do me a favor, show them. And while you're doing it, use my podcast as the example. I mean, it's simple. I'm asking you to do something. Why not help me out in the long run? I'm a nice guy, and I love having you folks with me. Here's the last thing for you folks. Same thing I say every day. If you see somebody you don't know today while you're out and about, smile at them. You're going to make their day, which will in turn make your day a great day. So on behalf of all the wackadoodles up in my head and my tired little head today, you all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.